All right, well, wholeness. Today is 421, but this is a reading for tomorrow, which is 422, also known as Earth Day. Earth Day is a day where you're supposed to be more mindful of the planet. You're supposed to be paying a little bit better attention to how you take care of this planet that we live on. You know, it could be all kind of spills that come out about what people should be doing, but honestly, it's a day of hypocrisy. I mean, don't pretend to care about something one day and then go right back to doing the same shit. And that's myself included. We all could do better. I just think, and from my point as an observer, I just think we had a very crazy point. Like, you see people exhibiting more care for animals than they do for their fellow humans. That could be a sickness too, but there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of things we could do better for the planet. To me personally, it all starts in how you treat yourself. Treat the planet the way you want yourself treated, but start treating yourself the way you want others to treat you. So Earth Day's tomorrow. I did my Heels Numerology for tomorrow. I already posted it. I'm going to go down and see what the cards say. My cards, the higher perspective, and secondary, well, I'll use this as primary, and primary perspective, the wisdom of the hidden realms. Again, everything with me is about resonance and ignorance. I only speak from my perspective and my experience. It tends to rub people the wrong way because too many people have been nurtured for too long. Hi, I was one of them. There's too many things out here designed to help you stay asleep. In this realm where a lot of people like to call themselves woke or going through ascension process or enlightenment and all this other shit, there's a lot of stuff out here designed to trick you into following your ego that is now realizing that it's in danger, but it's not designed to take you to a state of release to where you can really see shit outside of the shit that we keep getting shown. So disclaimer, TikTok likes to kick me off. So before I say some words that puts me in the hot bubble, let's get into it. Again, my write-up for Heels Numerology for tomorrow is already posted. The only line that didn't get on is the last line, which is 6622. So we'll see if we can get to it. So Heels Numerology for Earth Day, 4/22/2024. Trapped in what we build that controls manifestation. We are trapped in what we keep building that controls manifestation. But doesn't that mean it's manipulating us? Peace, how you doing? So, wholeness, how you doing? The way that works, trapped in what we build that controls manifestation, 4, in my numerological system, means you're boxed in. It's a trap. Whatever you're boxed in already contains you, so that's a trap. 22 is affectionately known as the master builder. It's a little bit deeper than the master builder, though, because the builder needs to have tools, but the builder also needs to have a safe location. A safe location. In this realm, the majority of people do not build on safe locations. They only build on what they think they know, and 99% of what you think you know is a trauma. You just have found some condition within it. So 422 says, I'm already trapped in what I'm building from. In 2024 directly is the year of manifestation. So I'm trapped in what I'm building, and it's going to keep manifesting. And again, like I just got through saying, if the only thing you're building on is your traumas, guess what's going to keep on manifesting? If I keep putting apple filling in my pie, guess what kind of pie I'm going to make? I'm going to keep on making an apple pie. Even when I want a peach. Did you do something different? No. So 4/22/2024, you're trapped in what we build that keeps controlling manifestation. Wisdoms of the hidden realms. What's their perspective? It's in reverse. This is the lady. God damn, I can't make this shit up. This is the lady of the mirror. But look at the number. I'll hold it upright for you. The number is 44. 44 is the master manifester. 2024 is a 44. You are trapped in the mirror. Remember, this was in reverse. Upright, it says reflection and non-judgment. So you have to look at the reversals. You are in projection. Projection is the opposite of reflection. Non-judgment, you're in judgment. Been paying attention to me for the last few readings I've done. I already told you 2020 set a new precedent for us. We're already trapped in vibrations, but 2020 basically got us stuck in the mirror. And holy shit, the lady of the mirror. Another analogy you could try, if you look at the card, Look at her. What is she watching? She's paying more attention to her reflection in them waters. Waters, your emotions is where you create from. She's emotionally invested into paying attention at what she's already been through, and then that's what she's going to use to manifest. That's 999% of us all. Most people only pull from what they've been through as what they're going to use to go to the next. So already, you trapped in manifestation. What's controlling the manifestation? What you've already been manifested into. If what you've been manifested into already put you at a state of subduction, made you less than what you are, you're already trapped. If you get put at 80% and then you've been told to use 100% of your 80%, you don't own 100% of you. So that's the wisdom of the hidden realms perspective on being trapped in what we keep building. Here is my cards, the higher perspective. Here is my perspective of what the hell's going on. I'm not going to do that. I'll shuffle them one more time for shits and giggles. And this is 2 decks stacked together. And let's see what happens. So my perspective of being trapped in what we build that keeps controlling manifestation, it's already been revealed. It was that 20, judgment. Holy shit, what did I just get through telling you? 2020 was a judgment year. 2020 was a judgment year. 2020 was Archangel Gabriel for some of you. What if you go to biblical take? Gabriel blows the horns and brings on Judgment Day. The horns have already sounded. Everything you need to know has already been voiced. Everything you need to know has already been revealed. The problem is, what are you paying attention to? Everything we need to know has already been shown. It's just if you're waiting to see something different from what you think you know, you didn't pay attention. That plays out in everybody's life. I told you the answer, yeah, but I didn't understand it, so I waited to see if I can get an understanding. Well, holy shit, you already missed the bus. You already missed the bus because your ego told you to sit still until you figured out what you know, when everything that you needed to be aware of already passed you by. Oops. Next line, 442222. Already in my number system. 3 numbers is a trap vibration. 4 numbers is an infection. 3 of the same numbers, such as 222, it's a trapped whatever. 4 of the same numbers means that that's an infection. It's already permeated. It's basically like a typewriter. It's a stuck key. It's the only thing that keeps getting produced. So 4-4, the master manifester, only manifest 4 2s. 2 is knowledge. 2 is reflection. 2 is your connection. So I keep manifesting a connection that keeps me connected, it keeps me connected. But what the fuck am I connected to? That's the question. What are we connected to? Because we're manifesting this glorious connection that a lot of y'all like to call the collective consciousness. But if the collective consciousness is sleep, what are you manifesting? A dream. But let's see what the cards say. Oops, Lady of the Lightning. The number 35, 3 plus 5, a struggle. The card says surprises, sometimes shock, a total paradigm shift. What are we manifesting? We are connected to a stuck vibration that needs to produce a paradigm shift. But if it's stuck in that vibration, can it ever see it? You understand that? I had a dream. I know the winning lottery tickets, but I didn't go play it. Do I get the reward? Collectively, that's what a lot of people are doing. You know the answer. I take that back. You are aware of the answer on how to produce a change. You just won't do nothing different. So you know how to manifest something better to connect to. It's just you too busy being connected to what's already here. What you hear me say over the years is that's ROI, return on investment. People don't want to do something different because they're still invested in the stuff that keeps showing them the same. And you will keep on using what's already showing you the same, wanting it to do something different, when it can't do anything different because it needs your energy to produce the change. But you've already told yourself, I don't want change. I just want to see results. So you have masterfully been connected into an infectious connection. Basically, like I said, AKA the collective consciousness that feeds from corrupt knowledge and false light, AKA reflections. Already you manifested the possibility and probability of what you can go through, and you pay more attention to it than to what's actually there. Basically, it's what a lot of people will call fear mongering. You know, why don't you go apply for that job? Because I'm scared I won't get it. But you won't know until you try. Yeah, but I'm secure right here. So you see where there's going to be something more, but you don't have enough of you to invest in it. So you keep on investing in where you're already stuck. When where you're already stuck says, I need something more. You understand that? You wouldn't be looking for another job if the job you have is enough. But you're comfortable in the job that you do have, that you're scared to take a chance on something more. So that means you've been masterfully manifesting an infected connection. You've already been tricked. That 2 then already showed you 5. Remember, in this one, in this line on my heels numerology, it was 2222. That's 4 2s. This one says there's still a 5th one that you don't even know. This one says that there was 2 moving you 5 different ways. The best way to explain that is when you make a choice, you see what's in front of you and the possibility of where it could have went, but you don't realize that there was a possibility in going the other direction. That gets too deep for a lot of people, so I'm not going to go down that one. But basically, this one says that you've been tricked into what you gave your fire. You've been tricked by what you've been influenced by. This is the Queen of Fires. This is Oya energy. Oya is the storm. Oya is a badass warrior. But Oya can be a hothead too. So you have already been guided by what's already got your energy. And if you didn't have enough awareness not to keep giving your energy into things that are not really you, they've already got your fire. So the next line of my numerology from there, from 442222 becomes 4444. 4 4s. Remember, I told you when you have 4 the same number in a row, it's a trap vibration. It's an infection. 4 itself is a trap. You are infected into this trap. Why? Because the other end of 4 is balance. You're trying to find a balance with what you think you see. So trying to find a balance from what you think you see, but what you think you see is not going to show you enough. The Arrow Master. The number on the card is 10. 10 is associated with the Wheel of Fortune. With this card, it says hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. You're the Arrow Master. You are already been launched. If you are trapped in 444, basically infected balance that makes infinite traps, we visualize things based off of stimulus, but we rarely stop to see what they cost and why we keep feeding them. If you don't stop to figure out where you're going to end up connected into everything you come into contact with. Henceforth, another credence for the collective consciousness. Every time you come into contact with somebody, there's a similar balance of energy, and even indirectly, you become entangled. Quantum entanglement. So this is the Arrow Master. You don't sit still. Every move you make is going to hit a target. If you can't keep still, every move you make is going to hit a target, even if that target don't mean you're no good. I shouldn't have went to the club last night because as soon as I got in there, somebody started to fight with me. What was the answer? Don't go to the club. But I needed to. I was bored. Okay, so then you're going to go, and you're going to get every consequence that comes from your action. The minute your intention was to see something outside of yourself, holy shit, gods and goddesses, you create it. So you become the Arrow Master. Only, to be honest with you, you become the arrow more than you are the master. You become the mastered arrow in reality. Why? Because you become the infected balance. You become trapped into everything you keep connecting to. You become trapped into everything you keep getting connected to. You are now the phoenix in reverse. You are now burning yourself. You are now 21, the world. You're crying. You in the crying game. You about to squeal like a pig, boy. You get it? You about to squeal like a pig because you about to get fucked real quick. Why? Because if you are out here trying to find something safer than you, but you didn't have safety for yourself, good luck. Hell, a lot of y'all can attest for that. You ain't safe within yourself. You toxic as shit. And you're going to get out here and try and establish a relationship with somebody else that you think is less toxic. And the minute they do something that is going to challenge you to lose your level of toxicity, ain't going to be enough. You either going to run from them or hopefully you're going to grow up and do the work required. 9 times out of 10, y'all ain't going to do the work required. You just ain't going to do it. Next line. This is why you won't do it. 88. 4444 becomes 88. 88, the gatekeepers you've heard me talk about for years, you gatekeep your traumas. Hell, we all do. There's not a being on this realm who does not have some level of traumas. The trick is not to feed your traumas, to be aware of them and not let them keep running you. But what's the ideology in this realm? Pay attention to your traumas and learn to heal them. Heal what? Heal what I already been through. How can I heal what I already been through? By going back and reliving it. But y'all buy that. Good luck with that. Good luck with that trick and trap that says keep reinvesting in something that you can't change, but it's going to keep changing you. Dreamwalker, it's going to keep changing you. Holy shit. 88 produced the 8. 8 is the number of struggle. 8 is the perspective of myself struggling with my choices. In my numerological system, 8 says I'm struggling with what I chose. The whole deal is stop struggling with what you chose and accept it. I done it. I can't change it. I can't let it keep changing me. But what does a dream walker do? The dream walker just dreams about the collective good of the illusions. You just keep investing in illusions. What's the illusions? The fact that I can change the past. Or the fact that I need to use the past to build a better future. No, I just need to have awareness of my past so that I can learn to be present and then check within myself to see why I keep gatekeeping dumb decisions that keep making my future look like the past. See, it wasn't the past, it was you. The past don't know you until you keep reintroducing yourself. And I'm sorry if that hurts a lot of y'all little simple ass feelings. You'll be all right. The minute that you keep on telling yourself it ain't that easy, you just made it that hard. Some of y'all like your pain. Why? You gatekeep your pain. You gatekeep your traumas. 88. Gatekeeping them traumatic memories and experiences. The design is to keep you contained. The problem is, we may be an infection. When you gatekeep your own sickness, you're part of the problem. We gatekeep our own infections. So sometimes it keeps us locked away lest we destroy others, even as we collectively destroy ourselves. I had this conversation yesterday. Somebody was asking, why does this realm have so much turmoil? And I said a plausible possibility is we're basically shelved away from the rest of the universe because we won't grow. And that goes in a lot of different circles. Your alien circles, your occult circles, is that things on a higher nature don't fuck with us because we're toxic. So in understanding that we're destructive within ourselves, they keep us tucked away to where they can monitor us, but it still gives us the opportunity to destroy ourselves. But it's better for them to watch us destroy ourselves than to watch us become so destructive that we now become a problem for others. That goes into the, this is corrupted conspiracy theory stuff, but that goes into the Grenada theory, the Grenada Treaty of 1944. Greada Treaty is another way you'll find it, where we had alien contact and they said, hey, you motherfuckers about to create a bomb that could cause some problems. We'll give you some different technology. Just stop destroying yourselves. You understand that? Different things on that level to where humanity as a whole is so destructive that other levels of existence rather keep us tucked away to ourselves. We don't get to play with everybody else because we don't know how to play with ourselves the right way. You understand that? So we have been gate kept and placed away. And this no disrespectful for people who either are in this condition or have children in this condition. We're the child with the helmet on at school. You understand that? We're that child with the helmet on at school who you need a shadow. You have to watch them because they haven't figured out how to operate on their own self. Operate on their own. So they need to be kept in the gate lest they become harmful. Holy shit, it's another 8. Holy shit, the 88s produced another 8. The 88s produced the 88. What's the problem with the 88s? You are gatekeeping your own traumas. But what did I just get through telling you with the other number, 4444? Stop gatekeeping your traumas. Stop trying to build from what already got you trapped. If you keep using the contents of what got you trapped as what's going to get you free, you work for Acme. You might as well be Wile E. Coyote. And that's how a lot of people operate. You got faulty devices and faulty tools that you're trying to use to capture a way out or capture a meal that's going to get you fed. And the only thing you keep doing is blowing up in your face. But you haven't had enough to just let it go. So you keep on doing the same. Wanting that peach pie out of that apple. So the problem is you keep gatekeeping your own traumas and memories, and it's already an internal trap because here's a bonus card where I tell you where the 88s produce another 88. If you keep gatekeeping your traumas, you will only produce more traumas. You have to learn to let your traumas go. You don't heal them, you let them go. You let them go. 32, the element of air. You stop letting them thoughts. 3 become 2, the only thing you connect to. Why? Because your thoughts have already done what? Shown you traumas. Your thoughts only want you to struggle with the energy that they can take from you. This will make sense to somebody. You got a person who just like to talk shit to you, but you get good at not paying attention to them because you don't want to give them no energy. Well, then they get worse at trying to make you give them the energy. I'm a write a post about them, or I'm gonna send something to their house, or this, that, and the other, because I need their energy. The minute you struggle with not connecting to them, they already got your mind. They already got your mind. The minute you pay attention to something that already intentionally told you, I'm only here to make you struggle, you've already been enslaved on many levels. Again, play that out in government. People keep wanting to vote for a government that is hell-bent on not helping the people because you want to vote for the government so they can help the people. But a simple mind, or a mind that has already been gate-kept into its own traumas, can't see that shit. All you know is that I got to keep doing what I've been told to do, and then one day something different will come. Why? 8 plus 8, 16. The Tower card. You're already under corruption. Remember I told you the whole problem was your reasoning process. The thoughts and already told you everything that you have to connect to. So if my thoughts are telling me everything I have to connect to, then my tower is already corrupted. Why? Because the tower represents my internal functions. If my mind has already been programmed to keep on following a doctrine or a format that has not worked out for me and has only further got me into self-destruction, then I didn't honor my choices. I didn't honor my choices. Sacred Union 27. You done married the other side of your own destruction. This ain't really got nothing to do with no fucking divine feminine, divine masculine. This is partnership in romance. This is you have formed a partnership with that thought that already told you, keep doing what I tell you to do, and one day I'll set you free. When it has never set you free. And that, again, as you let your life tell your tale, that is for people who have done the same thing for the last 30 years and not seen any damn thing different. At what point are you going to try something different? You can't. Why? Because you have formed a sacred partnership and you romance your traumas. You have romantically invested in the shit you go through, and then you tell yourself this, it don't hurt no more. Or this ain't pain because I've been doing this for so long. Or this bullshit one here. I'm designed for a struggle. Maybe I incarnated into this life so that I could struggle. If that is not one of the dumbest damn things I've ever heard. If you tell yourself as a divine being that I came here to be hurt, and even if you tell yourself that I got placed on earth by God so that I can struggle, I see at least 2 assholes. Oops. See, at some point, you got to get out of that shit you've been programmed into and start thinking realistically. Hi, I'm a parent. I'm going to have a baby, but I'm going to lay that little motherfucker out in the woods so they can learn to struggle. That's going to make them a better person. But see, that ain't the way it works. Shh, Pop, shut up. Shut up. You done let gatekeeping kick in when you can't let common sense come through. When you can't let common sense come through and stop the connection to shit that just don't make no sense, you already gate kept your own destruction. Holy shit, no wonder the aliens don't want to come outright and visit us. We can't even play safe. Too busy out here trying to save dogs while you're watching fellow humans walk by without food. Oh my God, I have 3 cats and I need a home for them. Ma'am, I haven't had food in 5 days. Get a job, you piece of shit. You fucking hypocritical, sorry ass motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Y'all make me sick. This planet has no compassion for its own kind and all kind of fucking compassion for everything else. Maybe there's some ancestry tied in there somewhere though. Well, who knows? Oops. So you keep gatekeeping your own trauma. Why? Because the trauma that you gatekeep is really the only thing you fear. At the end of the day, it's your fear. But I'll read what I wrote down here. The tower is infected. It's a chaotic creation and it's guided by its own psychosis. A lot of people are guided by their own psychosis. That shit that you keep on giving your energy to, that keeps you caught up in states of turmoil, that's a psychosis. That's a sickness. That is cosmic schizophrenia. It's beyond divine amnesia. So, your thoughts in separation, even when the separation is merely an illusion. You get that? That's like the same thing that I just got through saying. You have people nowadays who have more compassion for an animal. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to just abuse the animal, but you have more compassion for an animal than for a fellow human who bears the direct same DNA markers. You understand that? But your fear of doing something different and being taught that I have to have separation from things that look like me make you keep on having compassion and empathy for everything else. That's how you keep somebody trapped. If you watch somebody struggle and you won't do anything to help them struggle, even though they look just like you keep the system of struggle in check. You keep it flowing normally. It's the same format for why the rich can't help the poor and why the poor won't help itself. If somebody would change that format and everybody would start to work together within, then the infection goes away. But everybody else just want to work for self and hope that the infection don't become fatal. Sorry. So right here, the 16, the tower, where it said that you already got a sacred union with your fucking traumas. Your traumas become your master. Holy shit. 5, the Hierophant in reverse. Your traumas that are moving you become the abuse. They become the abuser. Why? Because again, as I said throughout this whole reading, their whole thing is, I don't want you to use the energy to help yourself. Just let me keep you in check. And on a grander scale, like I was saying earlier about cosmic containment, where thinking at it from a larger aspect, humanity is so detrimental to itself that we may be placed in time out. We may be placed in time out because we are so abusive to ourselves, the other motherfuckers don't want to play with us. Anybody who ever had a bully, you sitting out there with your boys playing, and then you hear Debo's bicycle coming around the corner. No, you put your shit up because I don't want to play with him. I don't want to play with Debo because Debo going to abuse me where I'm already abusing myself. If that makes sense to you. So you out here within, caught up in so much trauma and so much damage, so much abuse within yourself, that the only thing that you can be guided by is something that looks just like it, because now that's what becomes safe. So if you are only being moved by that which is already a clear and present danger, you're dangerous within yourself. Bonus card, we're dangerous within ourselves. Holy shit, struggle mind. You already struggle. You already a victim. Why are you a victim? Because you keep moving at the whim of the abuser. Why? So that's your tower card. Your tower card already said that your tower is infected and you're being guided to keep on creating based off of the same stuff that's already got you mentally trapped. Why? 1 + 6 becomes 7. It's because that's the only thing you're really aware of. 7 is the number for self-awareness. In my number system, 7 is the perspective of self already found with the trauma. 7 is this is who I am and what I've chose to give my energy to. Anything you give your energy to already produces a trauma. If I give my energy into a good relationship, that shit's traumatic. Why? Because I don't want to lose it. If I give my energy into a bad relationship, that's a trauma. Why? Because I want to get rid of that shit. See, traumas don't have that energetic value that y'all have attached to it. Traumas are a bad thing, no. If I have good sex, that shit's traumatic. I'm trying to get that shit more and more and more and more and more and more. You get it? See, that was traumatizing. If I have bad sex, keep that shit away from me. That was traumatizing. I don't want to see that shit ever again. Ta-da. There was no inclination to use. That's just your lower mind. So 7 is you're going to keep on investing in that trauma that shows you the best version of yourself. That's self-awareness in this realm. 7 is I'm aware of what I am. But like I've been telling y'all last year, especially working through that Phoenix 5-wheel grid, a lot of people are nothing but the summation of everything they've allowed themselves to go through. Even when the stuff you've allowed yourself to go through, you don't own up to having any part in it. And that's where a lot of people are at. You don't have accountability and responsibility for why some of the shit that you're going through now is the results of the choices you made. You don't own that because all you know is, there's no way I do that to myself. Yeah, it is. You went left when you should have went right, and holy shit, this was the consequences of that action. It's not malicious, it's just the consequences of the action. So now that's holy shit, 7, where you end up. So 7 is you invest in thinking that this is who you are, self-awareness in the field of amnesia, but that means you can only guess or believe in what you think is real. If what I'm going through is merely the summation of my choices, that's not me. That's just the consequences of my actions, like I said. But that's not you, that's just what you're going through. But if you think you are what you're going through, if what you're going through is so heavy, you're going to obey. Hi, United States. If what you're going through is so heavy and you know that you ain't supposed to be going through this, if you believe it's heavier than you, then you're going to keep waiting on it to set you free. You're going to wait on what's already heavy on you to stop being so heavy on you. But holy shit, where they get the energy from? You. So you start investing in thinking that your struggles are going to set you free, but your struggles don't have energy until you keep voting and investing in them. So 7 is you keep on investing in your traumas. This is the lady of the gift. This is in reverse. This is the lady of the gift. This is 20. That's bad judgment. It's 20. It's in reverse. So upright it says generosity, receiving, and withholding. Holy shit, everything I just got through saying. So the reversal of generosity is, we ain't giving you this stinginess. I'm not generous. I'm going to hoard shit from you. The opposite of receiving is taking. They're going to take everything from you. The opposite of withholding is, I'm going to give you everything to keep you in overwhelm. That's what this one is. I'm not going to withhold nothing from you. I'm going to keep on giving you overwhelm. So that way you got so much that you got going on that you're going to try and filter through everything you got going on, that it's going to skew your judgment into what you need to be paying attention to. Which if you have not caught up or kept up at this point, that's a trauma. If you wake up in the morning and I got to go rob Peter to pay Paul and go meet John at the other side, you ain't had time to work on you. That self-awareness I was talking about, you ain't had time to become aware of yourself. You're just aware of everything you're going through. Hi, welcome to 2024. The majority of people are just aware of what they're going through. Why? Because this shit is overwhelming. Even for a being such as myself who tries to operate from wholeness, I don't attach to too much of nothing and I just observe and don't let shit get my energy. It don't matter about not letting shit get your energy. The energy is still here. You cannot let it get your energy, but somebody in your circle is sitting out here fucking halfway crazy. So then it indirectly gets your energy. It's what you heard me say over the last, say, 7 or 8 years, that you don't have to be affected by Merc Retro, but that energy is present. And that's not to give Merc Retro and the signs and all that other bullshit that much energy, but they have an effect because you're within the container. If you're in the container and you are sitting in this corner and you think you safe and somebody pours water in here, your ass is just in danger as everybody else. Cosmically, that's where we're at. We're within a container. We are separated. Kyber belt and all that other shit. But that's illusions of separation, so let's not go into that. But there are many things in this realm that keeps us separated in a cosmic cookie jar. That keeps us separated from everybody else until we learn we're in quarantine. You get it? We're in quarantine. We're in quarantine because we are self-destructive. We have not graduated enough to go play with others. Can you understand that? Even if you don't understand anything about alien theories or dealing with ethereals and elementals and shit like that, we are in containment because we are a lower level species and we don't know how to operate on our own, so we cannot operate safely with others. We'll fuck around and infect them and destroy them too, just like we're sitting here destroying ourselves. So in a sense to where we have not learned to handle fixing our own internal issues, the problem is we've manifested this ideology that because we can't fix them on our own, somebody else is responsible to come do it. But there is nobody else available because we're in quarantine. Nothing else can come in here. Nothing else can come in here until we get the sickness out of here. So that 7, that self-awareness is, the lady of the gift is in reverse. We won't use our gifts. We're waiting on somebody to be the gift for us. Savior your motherfucking self. Savior yourself how? By stop being your traumas. This is how you can potentially savior yourself. Stop being your traumas. Stop being your traumas. This is the world. You're going to have to make a choice. Are you the phoenix or are you the creatrix? Are you the phoenix or are you the creatrix? Are you the 2, what you think you know, or are you the 1, the potential? Because the minute I own my own potential, what I think I know goes out the window. Hi, I'm 7 years old. I can't wait for Santa Claus to come. But holy shit, wait a minute. Now I'm 12 years old. That shit don't make sense to me. You can't trick me with that no more. You saw what happened there? What I thought I knew just got thrown out the window because potentially now I'm smart enough to take accountability for myself and stop believing and drinking the motherfucking Kool-Aid. But if I'm 37 years old and still drinking the Kool-Aid and I think everything I got taught has been taught to me properly, I'm a fool. I'm not only a fool, but I'm gullible and I can be easily led astray, and holy shit, I'm caught in my own cycles. And my world will reflect it because all you got to do is tell me how to think because I ain't learned how to think for myself. Oops. So I become my own phoenix. I am using my energy that is designed to burn me, to burn myself, because it's the only thing that keeps me going. Last year, I told you, last year was the year of a phoenix. Last year was the phoenix fire had a chance to get extinguished. But what did a lot of people do? You extinguish your fires, but then you transmuted it and reincarnated. The story of a phoenix, they'll go through 500 years in most walks. They'll go through 500 years of experiences. They'll burn themselves out, and then they'll reincarnate from the ashes. What was the ashes? The traumas that killed them. So if I go through something and then I stop and I die, but now I'm reborn from where I died, holy shit, am I not already dead? Am I not already dead? Because guess what? I reincarnated and I already carried death with me. Shh, that'll take you down too many roads. Transmutation, alchemy, death. Why is it death? Because death is change. The minute you change anything, you kill it. And then you tell yourself it's something else. The minute you won't stop using the energy that killed you to try and use it to give you life. Holy sheep shit, Batman. But you'll rejoice in it. Why? Because I got told if I do this, I get a reward. Or I don't know nothing different. But it keeps showing you the same. Yeah, well, one of these times it's going to work out. How's that working out for you? Akashic Life number 987. Well, I got 3 more to go. You have infinity to go. Why? Because your fire is inextinguishable. Your soul spark, that motherfucker that don't want to play as a soul, that little bit of you that's a soul spark is strong enough to do this shit forever. Strong enough to do this shit forever. Why? Because it's 66 and 22. This was the last line. It is self-sabotage in building. 66, self-sabotage. I keep using that 6, them traumas, as what I'm building from. Building from a trauma means you're already traumatized. Why? 22. Only thing I keep building is what I'm connected to. But holy shit, what was the 66? My traumas. So what am I building? My connection to the traumas. Holy shit. You built a better mousetrap. The keeper of the scales. You become your own Anubis. Holy shit. You 38. You one step past creation. In my number system and on my cards, 37 is the creatrix. It's the thought that tells you who you are. You're one step past the thought that told you who you are. This is the thought, the 3, that told you how to struggle. This is the thought that tells you how to struggle. When you won't do nothing but keep pulling from cyclic energies, phoenix energies, like I told you, you will get to the end of a cycle and then you'll reincarnate using that same energy. And even though it's not going to just immediately be available, it's in your fucking DNA. And I'm not just talking about your earth DNA. I mean, this is in your fucking energetic structure. You have been dispersed into finding your awareness through everything that stole it from you. I have my own alphabet. If you have been dispersed and told to find you in the maze that already got you trapped, think that shit over. Fairness and balance. You are the keepers of the scale. The only thing you're balancing is your traumas. In this realm, 6622, where you are the self-sabotage and the builder, the balance in between self-sabotage and what you're building is the balance that you keep on holding on to. What was the whole problem? This was self-sabotage. That's enough. This was self-sabotage. Yeah, man, I was in this relationship and she keep getting me arrested, but then whenever I get out of jail, we have good sex, and then she stab me and shoot me, and then she get me arrested again, but whenever I get out of jail, we have good sex. So what was the balance? Your traumas. Your traumas kept you trapped. So what do you keep on building? A connection to my traumas that kept me trapped. When you gonna set yourself free? When you gonna set yourself free? 36, the FAFO card. You won't set yourself free until you find out who you are. This is the king of spirits. This is when I get ruling, when I begin to rule over my spirit, then I'll quit allowing my soul to keep playing games. Did you get that? Soul is nothing but a division of spirit. When I start figuring out my spirit, when I start figuring out my wholeness, all these little soul spark games I play in, these Akashic lives and reincarnation cycles, those are just my limitations. That was me pulling myself apart. I need to remember how to hold myself together. Not put myself together. I need to remember how to hold myself together, because remember, this is all happening in here. Ain't nothing pull you apart except for your choices. Nothing is pulling you apart except for your choices. That is your limitations. Why? Because that 3, them thoughts, only want you to find them traumas. Why did the thought want you to find them traumas? Because that's where all the energy's at. That is where all the energy is at. This is that 21 again, the world in reverse. The wise woman of Wonderland. Who was in Wonderland? Alice. What did Alice do? Go through the mirror. What did we start with? The fucking mirror. If the thoughts can get you to go through the reflection of what you've been through, it's got you trapped. What was that, Superman? The Phantom Zone? General Zod, they trapped him in the Phantom Zone. You couldn't get out because you trapped in reflection. Hi. But remember I told you it's a design. We're trapped in reflection so that we learn to heal ourselves, quarantine. But as long as we struggle with healing ourselves, we're only healing the reflections of what got us sick. That'll make sense to somebody. If you keep trying to heal your sickness, you're going to make it get better. You understand that? In the sense of autoimmune disease, the body is tricked into healing the sickness. Don't believe me? Look that shit up. It's real simple. Look up fucking lupus and Graves' disease and any fucking autoimmune disease, sickle cell. The body has been tricked into making the sick cells appear as the healing ones so that the body will nurture and protect them, and then anything that's designed to take them out. I don't understand how you can guidance from cars unalive without life inside of them. I know people who think they're alive with no life inside of them. And if you really understood anything about energy, Isha, everything, especially as an animist, everything has energy. Everything has energy. Whatever you touch leaves an imprint. That has energy. It's only as unalive as your level of intelligence. I know, I'm just saying. There's no soul in a lot of people. Who says you have a soul? Who says I have a soul? It's just a perceptive. It's just a perception and a perspective. Everything has an essence. See, you're pulling from a level of understanding where you think you understand what a soul is. Everything in existence is, again, like I said, you speaking from your level of perspective and experience. But people who deal with the metaphysical and occult will argue with that all day long. Hell, even without the occult and metaphysical, in a lot of ancient cultures, they regard the stones as a people. You understand that? And this is not me challenging you. This is just me giving you a little history lesson. There are a lot of cultures that regard crystals and stones as living beings. But you know what, though? You said, for example, turn around and talk to that wall behind you. In most people's cases, you would probably get a better result from talking to the wall behind you than talking to somebody who speaks from a level of ignorance and arrogance, because they presume to think they know. One thing I always tell you is that knowledge gets you fucked up, in the sense to where you think you understand how a soul functions and what has energy and what doesn't have energy is credence for why I say we're in quarantine. We contain ourselves because we have this presumptuous idea that we understand what shit is, and that's why we're still stuck at where the fuck we at. But you have to let your life tell your tale. You have a assumption of thinking you understand what's going on that has been countered for eons by everybody else, but your level of arrogance and ego tells you to stay trapped in what makes you feel safe. And that becomes the container. When you become caught in what you think you know, but yet that what you think you know has not shown you that what you think you can see, it only shows you that which makes you feel safe. Becomes a dangerous thing. Oh, dear child, if God does not give a soul to it, it is not alive. Which God? Which God? Which God are you referring to? And in the minute that you throw one name, you could probably pull some text that there was one that was there before that one. So which God was real? None or all. Perspective. See, for every God you can throw it with, there was an elder one that probably came before it, until it got to the point to where, holy shit, somebody saw a rock do something and made it a God. Oh, well, he's kind of fucked up. If there's only one Lord of all spirits, he's kind of fucked up, because this realm is... I don't know if I would trust that motherfucker with my shit. Because there's a leak here. Hurry, oh Sky Daddy of Sky Daddies. Again, knowledge gets you fucked up. And when you talk about what you think you know, but yet that what you think you know has already left your ass in a journey, wandering in the woods, Moses, wandering in the desert, lost as fuck. At some point, you have to shh and say, damn, let me sit my punk ass down and be still, because all I'm doing is spitting what I've been taught to spit. But if that which I've been taught to spit is that which has been designed to steal my spit, self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. You won't be able. Exactly, divine partners. When it's like, again, I used the example the other day. It's talking to somebody who has been taught that the ABCs are BAC. Every time you present a corrected pattern of ABC, their mental defenses, their traumas, has already told them, no, it's not what I know. It's not what I know. And they can only function within their traumas. That's what it goes on. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's where we're currently at is the Sufi water folktale. We're at the Sufi water folktale. Talk to my shirt and see what it says. I can't. I get banned. But it just says ignorance is bliss and resonance is a choice. That's what my shirt just said. Ignorance is bliss and resonance is a choice. And here's a card for you. The Hawk Prince in reverse. 11. 11 is the illusion of separation, because 11 is spirit communication and paying attention. It's in reverse. You have no connection to spirit because you think you have an understanding for the soul and you're waiting on your master to come get you, but he ain't there. Sorry. Wanna know why he ain't there? Because he's in here, but you can't hear him because you're too busy listening to what you've been taught. Yet that what you've been taught, you should never have known at all. Oops. He's going to report me, so let me get out of here before they kill my life. But again, if you keep pulling from what was used to enslave you as what's going to set you free, you're a fool. Wholeness.